HuntGalCast here from HuntGalCast, and you're listening to the BS Network.
This is the Magic Our Way podcast with my mutants, Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. They're cut above the rest, bub. You're the best there is at what you do. And what you do is pretty nice.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff. And this is a show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us. Today we present a Disneyland Avengers Campus review from one of our MOWicans, man. It's going to be awesome. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
And on this show, we follow the Disney concept of edutainment, where we focus on your entertainment, and along the way, you just might learn a thing or two.
Hey.
And as always, to join in our discussion, we have our resident travel agent for Magical Moments Vacations, with whom you can book a vacation to Disneyland Resort now, because they opened everything. It's great. And you can experience Avengers Campus for yourself. The Cheese Wizard, Lee Lastavica. Hey, Lee, how you doing, sir?
Oh, I am very happy to be here. And again, this week, very happy to give another shout out to another MOWican who's booked a vacation with us.
Oh, really? Another
man, we're on a roll, man. Like, this is getting good.
Well, before you do that, let me introduce our resident comic genius from ivorycomics.com, Mr. Eli Ivory, because I know he's going to want to say thank you to that person that booked with us. Eli, how you doing, sir?
Oh, thank you for having me, and it's a beautiful day to be truly.
Yeah, but you're not important right now. Who's the person?
Who gave us money?
Charlotte from Pennsylvania.
Charlotte. I know Charlotte. Wait, time out. Is this the Charlotte that writes in on us at show@magicourway.com and tells us her views, and her and her husband that book stuff with it? Is that the Charlotte?
It could be.
Oh.
They're going for their anniversary vacation situation.
And where are they going? Tell it where are they going? Where are they going to have?
In February, they're going to be hanging out at Pop Century for a week, and doing all the newlywed / honeymooners /
sexy time at the Pop Century.
Oh yeah,
they're going to be pop.
They're going to go
pop. That's right, Charlotte.
What a pop.
Good old pop.
Heel pop.
Whoa, pop.
Never stop.
Yeah, that's
bus stop.
That's awesome, Charlotte. Thank you so much. And you know what's funny? In guest service, we do have an email from her too.
Very awesome.
Oh, nice.
That is nice. So I'm looking forward to answering that, man.
Like that correlation.
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And also to join us on this special episode, we have our friend out in California. Or we have Downs of the Grounds in Florida, but we have JP out in Cali. JP, man, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, guys. Nice to be here.
Good to hear your voice, because the last time we heard your voice was when we saw each other, I guess 2 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Last year, it was a blur. I had no idea what happened.
Oh, my God.
And as before you know it, I'm saying, like, oh, my God, a year and a half ago, we went to Disneyland.
Wow.
We met up with JP and all that kind of stuff.
All the people was out there by the pool making it happen.
And Eli was looking for a place to smoke, but we were eating lunch, and it's all good.
Oh,
at the new pool bar.
I can't believe it's been 2 years.
Dude, I blinked and it was 2 years.
Wow.
I don't know. We need to go back. We need to go back, visit JP, visit his partner, hang out with them.
I need to go back to that pool and where we were talking to.
Well, I know you want to go back to the pool because you're single, but I want to go back to that bar we hung out and chilled out.
By the pool?
No, the other inside, the inside bar.
Oh, that was
in California.
Cool. Yeah. What was that big room?
Grand California.
The Grand Californian. That's it. Yes, that was an excellent bar where we charge our phone.
Hearthstone?
I could tell you, with us and JP and Kirk, I could hang out in that Grand Californian lounge until the crows came home.
Oh, about the pool bar.
Oh, yeah. That's such a, it's such a great little bar, man.
That was a cool. You charge your phone and you come back. We watch TV.
You could order drinks. They bring it to you. But I digress. JP, how you doing, man? We're talking about hanging out with you, but look, we haven't had a chance to say hey.
Reminiscing, man.
How you doing?
Bam.
Been good. It hasn't been that long. The year we don't discuss the last year.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, we skipped that. It's only been like
less year that didn't happen.
Didn't happen. The last year was like the snap.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was.
It was a blip.
Yes.
Yeah.
The blip.
The blip.
But look, guys, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube because awesome things are going to happen. You can see us do our thing on video. So you can see our videos of us doing bits and pieces of the podcast and all that kind of stuff, man. You got Cooking with Magic with Lee. Lee just did the cheddar cheese soup from the Canada Pavilion in Epcot in Walt Disney World, so you can learn how to do that.
Oh, the cheese wizard did cheese soup.
The cheese wizard did the cheddar cheese soup from Canada. How about that?
Right.
Wow, nice. Very nice.
So yeah, what did you think of that soup, real quick, man? Was it good? Was it everything that did you make it right? Did you?
I think so. I'd made it before I did the video, and it turned out pretty good. So I remade it, and it's if you've ever had the cheddar cheese soup in Le Cellier, it was a good version of it. I thought it turned out pretty good. It's not that complicated.
Well, now you're going to have a new challenge in your hands, dude, because you're going to have to create the beer cheese that goes with your pretzel at Avengers Campus.
Not to be confused with beard cheese.
No, we don't want beard cheese.
No.
We want to take off the D and just have beer cheese.
Nobody wants what's been stuck on your face.
Yes, no.
I want beer pieces in my teeth. Like
God bless your family, dude. I would never eat food made by you. Not unless I saw you making it with like a what do you call
a face mask or something? Or some kind of
to hold that thing under wraps. Like, I'm sure you have the culinary skills to pull it off. It's the hygiene I worry about.
Yeah, he looks like when he makes food, he videos it. It does look good. I admit.
Yeah,
I haven't seen.
Fun, yeah.
And he obviously has a knowledge and appreciation for food.
He does.
Yes.
He really does.
Just could care less whether or not you had one of those foot-long beard hairs.
Oh, absolutely.
He photoshops it out before he puts that last clip in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna use a Snapchat filter or something to take the beard off.
That might work. Yes.
TikTok.
Well, look, make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube because there's a lot of good things. You can catch it all right there on our channel. And also make sure you check out our recommendations for books and items and toys and whatnot on our Amazon store, Mouse Gears. You like that? Mouse Gears, MOWSE, Mouse Gears.
We're taking it back.
We're taking it back because they canceled it, man. Look, Amazon.com/shop/Magic Our Way. Look, man, depending on how you feel about Amazon, it's all good. I respect that. But if you purchase something through that shop, you will support our show. A little bit of that comes back to us.
People don't feel... what's wrong?
Well, some people have issues with Jeff Bezos and Amazon and all that.
Who's Jeff Bezos?
He runs the Amazon business.
Oh, get out of here. No idea. Okay, so while Kevin's dying, I don't care as long as you deliver it to me in a day and a half. I'm good.
Yeah, as long as your Prime that we're paying for, it comes in when we're expecting.
We just got a new couch from Rooms to Go, and it's gonna be here sometime in August.
Yes.
What? August. Yes, that's how quickly. So Prime delivery sounds good to me.
Rooms to Go, like right down the street.
Rooms to Go, right down the street.
Right down the street.
COVID
to go.
August.
Right down
Rooms
the street.
to Go.
Face off.
To go in August.
Down the street.
Down the street. Right by you.
MOWicans, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great show for you lined up today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, we're talking about the opening of Avengers Campus because we have our Cali correspondent, JP, on the line, on the phone, talking about his experience with especially the Spider-Man ride.
That's right.
I'll talk about that.
He's experienced all that.
JP,
most of that.
Not to put you on the spot, is there anything you want to tease about this for the listeners before we get into it in a couple of seconds from now? What are you going to talk about regarding Avengers Campus?
I would definitely work on your upper body strength.
Work on your upper body strength, guys. Look at that. If that's not a tease, I don't know what it is. Because you got to be thinking like, what?
That's a good tip just in general, though.
Yes,
even if you're
when you get
not
to our
going
age,
to Avengers Campus, yeah.
When you're in missionary, it's kind of hard to hold yourself up.
Yes,
that's
crazy.
true. That's why you got to hold them.
Yes, you need that upper body strength to keep it up there, or whatever position you like.
You're right.
But look, guys, enough of our jibber jabber. Let's go discuss some Avengers Campus magic.
Be our guest. Be our guest. Put our service to the test. Tie your knot.
Well, thank you, Lemire. What's his name? Lumiere.
You know that German guy.
Oh, Lemire. Yeah, I'm Lemire.
Somebody take his car keys.
I'm sorry. I gotta play a show tonight.
He's working it out. You got a designated driver.
Do they breathalyze you before the show?
I hope not.
He's gonna do the best drum solo you've ever heard in your life.
It's gonna be like Wipeout better.
Yeah.
You know what's even better than that?
What?
There's no drum solo in the show. There will be tonight.
You make it awesome, then.
But anyway, look, it's kind of awesome to do this segment because we have a MOWican in the audio or joining us on the show show today, not the audience. He's actively participating. So JP, I look forward to your interaction with our listeners as well.
Maybe you can service the listeners. We can step back.
He can service the listeners too, and one day maybe we can have a big MOWicans gathering. We've been talking about teasing that for a while, but maybe one day post-COVID we can all hang out, West Coast, East Coast, whatever.
Bring the fam together.
Bring the fam together, man. Let's do it. But anyway, look, this first email is apropos because you want to listen to the last episode. And the last episode was number 376, and we did Lee's trip report from Universal and Walt Disney World. And it just so happens that this episode was directed to a one, Miss Heather A, which is Austin's mom. She sent us an email.
Get out of here.
Wow.
In fact, she sent it yesterday.
Okay.
And it goes like this. She says, "Hey, Lee and friends.
Whoa. Lee and friends?
Yeah, we are in Friends. The people in the studio are and friends.
We're not that close to Lee.
No,
just
we're
to be clear on that.
I feel like I'm in
Lee.
a puppet show now.
No.
It's all good. Yes.
God. It's like Popeye and Pals all
Yeah,
of a
that's
sudden, man.
it.
Jeez.
That's it. That's it. Lee and friends.
Lee and Friends. That's like the worst podcast ever.
Yeah, yes, this is Austin's mom, and she says this. She says, "Hey, Lee and friends.
Yes, okay.
The quote-unquote Heather," Austin's mom, in parentheses she says, "The Heather here. Loved being a character in your show. Great advice for our trip, by the way. I love, that's 3 loves. I love Harry Potter, so I'm sure I'm going to love it more than Simpsons. We'll be happy to let you know after."
That's right, because whatever you heard from Lee Lastavica, we may love Lee Lastavica, but he doesn't actually have the best opinions when it comes to Harry Potter versus the frickin' Simpsons. Rod Harry Potter first, Mom.
That's right. That's right.
Mama Austin.
Mama Austin. Heather.
Right.
Has a name. Heather. Girl has a name.
Go for it.
And she says, "P.S. Not going to the water park, so no itty bitty bikini for me."
Oh,
come on,
man.
sports and love.
It's Florida. It's hot.
It is.
Like, our Facebook page could always use images. Just saying. If more MOWicans, sent in pictures of themselves in bathing suits, we would totally have a
Oh,
page
you don't want me
yes.
in a itty bitty bikini.
I've seen you in an itty bitty bikini.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You kind of insist upon that whenever we stay together.
Yeah.
For a tip.
Yeah, well,
yes.
There you go. We're the bravest. We'll show that first.
But anyway, she says, "Thanks and fun show, Heather."
Glad she liked it.
Heather, thank you so much. We're glad you appreciate it. We know we directed that show directly to you.
Thank you.
Because Lee put together that show directly for you, and we're glad you wrote into us. I know Austin's happy that he listened to the show with you. I don't know if he was cringing or not.
He listened to this.
But apparently in the Facebook group, he said he was listening to it with his mother.
Nice.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
That's a good thing. That's that's a good bonding.
Your mama's a woman, damn it.
very bold statement there.
Yes.
It's fact.
Your mama is a woman.
I think when you're a son and you buy your mom and you listen to the show, like, hey, I know these guys, and then your mom gets a shout out, and it's a proper, respectful way. That's awesome.
But you know what? I talked to Austin early in the week, and he said when she travels to Walt Disney World, he's going to set her up with a bunch of Magic Our Way episodes. So we talked about which episodes to do and stuff.
Oh, wow.
That'd be great.
She's got to fly from out the West Coast
from Vegas
Florida.
all the way from McCarran International Airport to Orlando. That's going to be great.
Just realize on the Lee and Friends show, Lee talks the least.
The Lee and Friends.
Yes. Lee and Friends. That's right. So, yeah, no, it's awesome because Austin said that this is her first foray into podcasting. She knows that he does a podcast, Lukewarm Cinema, so just to give him a shout out with that. And he's a strong supporter of our show as well. So
they have some very interesting topics at this.
They do, yeah. And if we ever make it to Vegas, he'll have us on the show. So it'll be great.
Oh, wow.
Vice versa, so.
I was at Vegas, man.
I'd go to Vegas.
Yeah.
Let's go to Vegas.
Road trip.
And Vegas is only 4 hours away from Disneyland, so
road trip.
We could do that. Fly into McCarran International and leave out of John Wayne.
Let me know. Hey,
partner.
Pilgrim.
That's right, Pilgrim. Leave out of John Wayne.
Gonna do that.
So yeah, Heather, thank you so much, man, for writing in. Look, guys, show at magicourway.com if you want to be just like Heather and share your opinions on the love of our show.
Very awesome.
We do have another email. Here we go.
Got another one?
We do.
Who's next?
All right, our next email person, and our final email person for this show, is from Charlotte.
Charlotte!
And I assume this is Charlotte from Pennsylvania. And I think she confirms this in her first line. She says, "Hello, Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. This is Charlotte from Pennsylvania again." So, yeah, confirmed.
Awesome.
All right.
I guessed correctly. Thank you very much.
Nice.
She says, "I hope this finds you all well. I wanted to let you know I haven't missed an episode, except the WandaVision review until this week. My husband and I slowly worked our way through the show and loved it. I skipped the WandaVision review episode until we finished this series. I listened to it this morning, and lo and behold, it was when you guys read my last email." Awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, and the episode was awesome as always and made me laugh. Just wanted to let you all know that my husband and I are still planning a trip to New Orleans soon, but Disney World is going to come first. Understandably so.
Of course.
Well, yeah.
She says, in parentheses, she says, "We are Disney addicts of all," and we totally understand that. No problem, Charlotte. I'm going to do the same thing. But she wraps up, she says, "But I am going to email Lee after this to book a trip with No Hassle Vika." So she'll come to New Orleans eventually.
All right.
That'd be awesome.
Glad you read that email today, not 3 months from now after they'd already traveled. Or
Oh, yeah.
It would have been weird.
Keep that in mind for sure, right?
Absolutely.
And she says, "I can't wait to give back to one of my favorite podcasts and a Disney travel agent. My son, husband, and I are watching Princess and the Frog as I write this email. We are living that best Disney life." Charlotte from Pennsylvania.
Well, Charlotte, we are known for our poor timing here at the Magic Hour podcast. So we're sorry when we read your email, it happened to be during the one show you could not watch or listen to or whatever it was.
That's right. Yeah.
And if she wants to discuss, since she finishes the series, we can talk.
Yeah, we want to know her thoughts.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
I never finished it.
Can I ask JP? JP, did you watch WandaVision?
Yeah, there was a lot of shows that I wasn't able to listen to you guys because they were spoilers for stuff that we hadn't seen yet. But yeah, we got on that wagon a little bit later. I really wasn't into WandaVision from the start, and then I heard it was getting really good about episode 4, so then we started binging it. So
Nice.
I liked it better than Winter Soldier.
Really? I
can see
kind of
that.
I agree with that because I thought Winter Soldier debuted better and WandaVision didn't. But by mid-season, I thought WandaVision
Switch.
here.
Yeah, I can
it was
see
a
that.
definite
I totally see
switch
that.
in how I appreciated it. And that just goes to show there are some shows that need to be binged in order to really gather something from it because...
I think you mentioned that when we did the review, too.
Yes.
We always mention it on there. Yeah, they just need to
mention it,
put it all together so that way you have the experience of watching the whole thing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know what? The next thing coming up, I mean, they had the Bad Batch, but unless you're like a Star Wars fan and stuff, you're watching that. But next thing coming up next week, or actually, I think the day of our show, when it gets released, or when this show gets released, Loki comes out.
Yeah.
Loki!
The next Marvel Cinematic Universe Disney Plus series comes out on that day. How about that?
So this is another once-a-week kind of thing?
I believe it's another one to wait. I think it's every Wednesday because the Bad Batch comes out every Friday. So we're going to have 2 different episodes running at the same time, which will be great.
All right.
Different universes, so that'd be awesome. But look, Charlotte, man, thank you for taking the time to write us, and we look forward to seeing you here in New Orleans. JP, we look forward to you and your partner coming to New Orleans, so maybe we could all have a big old weekend meetup. It'd be great. It'd be awesome.
Well, any meetup that allows us not to have to leave our house, that's all.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, MOWicans Studios is right literally in my backyard. So
Yes,
that's
we can go have dinner.
great
You
for
can come
me.
back to the studio. Or we can
Sure.
record something.
Go ahead, check it out.
Yes.
JP, Charlotte, JP, the invitation goes to you guys whenever you come to town.
That's right.
We'd love to chat with you guys. We have more than enough mics.
We'll watch The Bad Batch.
We'll
Love
watch
it.
the Bad Batch. Oh, you do watch the Bad Batch? You like
Yeah.
it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
awesome.
Good?
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Well, we started watching, Clone Wars and all the Star Wars based shows, and we're actually watching episode 1 through 3 right now after watching Clone Wars to see the continuity in there.
Oh, nice.
So you have to really watch all this to appreciate it.
Yeah. Clone Wars was a little difficult to get into at first, but it ended very well. And Bad Batch picks up pretty much where Clone Wars left off.
Yeah, I agree with that too. It's like if you to appreciate Bad Batch, you have to watch Clone Wars, which is different than some of the Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
You can almost get away with not watching it, but I think for this one, you kind of have to have known what's going on. So anyway, look, guys, thanks for writing to us and sharing your thoughts with us. You can always get in touch with us, show at magicourway.com. And look, stay tuned, man. We're about to talk about Avengers Campus. So with JP, he experienced it. So stay tuned. Hey, MOWicans, as you could tell by that music, we are in the hub. However, this is not just a normal hub. This is a Marvel hub. And we're doing this because Avengers Campus just opened over in Disneyland, man. We're at June 4th. I was about to say July. June 4th. And so we're very excited to chat about it. Of course, if you're any kind of Disney fan, you've been seeing videos and hearing all the different kinds of stuff. So we decided on our show we wanted to bring in one of our California MOWicans to relay his experiences at Avengers Campus. And longtime guy, JP, how you doing, man? Thanks for coming on the show.
Good. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. It's been a while since we've seen you. Been, I guess, at least 2 years now, thanks to the pandemic.
Well, that's right. This is his first appearance on the show.
It is.
But not the first time we've spoken.
No,
Yeah.
So he pops up in the group, and we've chatted in person, and he'll text us. So, guys, you can text us, too, if you wanted to. But since he's out in California, he got a chance to experience some of what Avengers Campus has to offer. So we wanted to bring him in and let him relay his stories about what he experienced there. And I would like to start with the Spider-Man wipe, the web Spider-Man wipe,
Wab?
Spider-Man wipe,
Wah,
the
wah,
web.
wah, wah.
Yes,
Web of the world.
web swingers. Can we do that? The web swingers.
Swingers.
All right, so JP is going to give us his opinions on Avengers Campus and some of the things. So if you haven't seen any videos, if you're about to go on a trip, you don't want to spoil anything, we just want to give you a little idea that this is spoilers coming, so just be aware. Spoilers. So get ready, guys. If you haven't had a chance, hit pause, come back to us later, but this is now going to be spoilers.
Is that our spoiler music?
I believe so.
That is
yeah.
the most festive spoiler alert.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
I've heard. Like, it makes me just want to hear everything now.
Yeah, I know. It's I don't know when we did that, but it's Mark's spoiler bump, so I guess we might have used it for something. We used it for something else.
Sounds like Urban Street.
Keeps it happy, and it's like gives them a little time to hit pause.
We're
before we
spoiling.
jump into it. Yeah, so now we are spoiling. So JP, man, take us through Avengers Campus. I guess we want to start with Spider-Man. Is that right?
Yeah. So we had an opportunity to go into Avengers Campus for the first time and was excited to see everything. We went on Web Slingers first, and Tom Holland made an appearance, so that was nice.
That was in the pre-show? I think I was
Yeah.
watching the video. Okay.
Okay, so wait a minute. The actual actor was there?
No, dummy.
I'm asking.
Yeah, he was there. I mean, he shows up every 5 minutes, so I think they pay him every
They have
5
him
minutes.
chained to the desk.
Don't you go nowhere, Tom Holland.
That may explain why he tripped over himself.
Yeah, it's true.
when he made his intro.
I mean, I would not mind that at all if he was just there all the time.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, as long as you feed him twice a day, take
Take him out for walks.
Yeah, exactly.
Change his water out.
That's the thing. Everyone's like, "Mom, I want a Tom Holland." You're like, "You gotta walk him, take care of him."
Having a Tom Holland's responsibility.
It's a lot of work.
Yes.
Great
Wanna make
power
sure
comes
that-
with that.
Exactly. Yes. All right. So Tom Holland's in the pre-show. How did that look? Because I guess it looks like a video projection screen or one of those 3D or.
Similar to Ray and Rise of the Resistance.
It is. So, have you been to Universal Florida and been on the Gringotts ride?
Yes.
Pre-show for Gringotts?
Yes.
With Bill. I'm going to say Bill because I don't remember the actor's name. So it is the same type of pre-show.
Nice. Okay. Very good.
It's like that. But if you were relating it to a Disney, it would be similar to Ray in Rise.
And that was a really well done projection effect.
It looks pretty good on the videos and stuff. So I want to see it myself because I like the combination of video and physical sets and stuff. So that must look pretty awesome.
So can I ask you this, JP? Because I've seen I haven't ridden the ride, but I've watched it. So obviously there's a difference between experiencing it and watching it. How did his performance come across to you? Because it seemed like it was younger Peter Parker. It seemed like he tripped on the way into it. He kind of they kind of made him look like the Nutty Professor a little bit.
I felt that it was Peter Parker. I thought it was a great pre-show. I think Tom Holland is an excellent actor for that character. And even though my original Spider-Man was Tobey Maguire, and but I believe Tom has really fit into this newer version and role.
I agree wholeheartedly. I feel like this is a younger version. Like this is him like right when he started out, because he's still saying Mr. Stark. So obviously this is during the point where Iron Man's still alive, right?
Right. I was about to say that because if you watch the pre-show, I think Friday is about to page Mr. Stark about something. He's like, no, don't call him Mr. Stark.
Yeah.
So I'm like, me in my mind, I'm like, no, well, you can't. He's dead. But maybe, this could be before all that happened, all that went down. So.
I think that's it.
I noticed that too, and I was a little caught off guard with that because it does put the guest in a certain time.
I thought I heard that this Avengers Campus was taking place not like in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but kind of like in a multiverse where the snap hadn't happened yet. But then again, when they premiered it, they had the Falcon Captain America.
They had two Captain
Americas. So
yeah, I agree. I watched the live feed of the opening, and I did notice they had both Captain Americas.
Very conflicted.
There's a lot going on in the multiverse.
That is kind of wild.
Before that, and then after this, and then although the Captain America that they had looked very familiar to, is it Wyatt Russell? He looked more like a Wyatt Russell more than Chris Evans.
Was it Agent? What's the name? Agent?
U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent. Yeah, U.S. Agent.
U.S. Agent. Yeah.
Sounds like a car insurance company.
U.S. Agent. Get your car on time.
Wow. So, okay. So now, when you board the ride vehicles, JP, the vehicle looks really spacious. And I would imagine it would need to be, because when you're... So, I mean, I think people by now would know that when you're actually slinging webs with your hands, and clearly you would need some elbow room so you're not bumping into the people next to you and elbowing them in the chest and stuff like that. Are they as spacious as they look?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's nice, large, and comfortable.
Is it enclosed? Is there like a glass piece in front of you?
No.
Or it's okay, so it's open. Okay.
Yeah, because you got to stick your hands out web stuff.
Yeah, there's no plexiglass in there due to COVID or anything, is there?
No. I think if they wanted to, they could limit the amount of people in the actual vehicle. So, I mean, if you wanted to load with like one family, I mean, there's only 4 or 5, I think it's per row. So already there's an ability to just separate just by family or groups.
Okay.
And out of curiosity with the vehicles, it looks like a similar setup to Toy Story Mania. Is it 2 cars and a train, or is it just a constant string of trains? Did you happen to notice that?
I would say it is exactly like Midway Mania, except that it's more technologically advanced.
So bigger ride vehicles, though, obviously, than Toy Story Mania.
Yes.
Just Toy Story Midway Spider-Man.
Yes.
Right. But bigger.
Yes.
All right, so what was your impression of the ride now, riding it?
It was fun. If you don't have any upper body strength, I think you will after.
What if only your right hand is strong?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have ridden it twice, and the first time I rode it, I was using one hand, one arm, and then I realized, wait, I can use both arms, and then I was trying to just... I was using my fingers, just to sling the webs, like Spider-Man does in the cartoons and stuff like that.
The fingers.
Yeah, just using your fingers to touch your palms, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, so you weren't doing the whole arm.
I was doing that, and I realized that wait a minute, it's the motion of me extending my arms back and forth.
Oh, interesting. So you got to do more.
So
of that.
it's just so you don't necessarily have to touch your fingers to your palms. It's just moving your arms.
I could do that.
Yeah, but do that for a good, I don't know how long the attraction goes.
That would hurt.
That's not Spider-Man like
Kermit.
It is extremely painful.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, everybody I've seen, when I see the ride vehicle, when they step off, they're like, oh, my arms hurt. Like that.
Well, that's kind of like with Toy Story Mania, where you're sitting there doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
but now you're using your whole your arms. I could not lift my arm out.
Yeah, I need to do some workouts now.
It's just a visual of how out of shape I am.
Maybe you got to go to Senses after that and get an arm massage.
Before and after that, maybe.
Can you imagine if they had a massage on the side and then people would so pay for that?
I would. JP, we are the same.
Dude, you would need what's that what's the fast pass out there? What's it called?
What
do they call that out in Disneyland? It's not a fast pass.
Max pass.
Max pass. They'll need Max pass for the massage.
Oh, do they even have that anymore?
I don't know.
No,
I haven't heard. Yeah,
I don't think so.
They haven't no, you don't get no. That's not how Disney works. You buy a spider bot and it's a massaging spider spider bot, and then you just put it on your arm.
That humps your arm and it releases.
Yeah, that's exactly. And does some shiatsu stuff, and then you're ready to go back on.
Tactical gear, masseuse, spider bot.
Or you can buy those web band things, and then all you got to do is the little finger motion, and then it works just fine.
Or a sling.
Yeah.
Or you could hire a VIP tour, and then they'll massage your arms throughout.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Get a plaid to massage you?
I would probably say it was okay after 10 minutes, but it is pretty painful when you get out of there.
I agree with that. Shoot, if I had a plaid, the plaid would be shooting for me. I'm like, you shoot. I just want to watch.
You shoot.
What do we pay you for?
Yes.
So you're a voyeur.
Yes.
Right?
Oh.
I'm the cuck in the corner.
You're the cuck in the corner.
Yes.
That's right.
He just likes to sit in the
Yes.
corner.
You shoot that spider
That's right.
bot.
Shoot that web all over them spider bots.
Face, neck, and chest.
No, don't clean yourself up, spider bot.
No.
And there was the talk about the products that they have, the web slinger wristband
upgrades.
thingies.
Yeah,
the upgrades. I did not have an upgrade. I'm very curious what it gave you. Do we know?
Well, okay, so the initial band, the initial power band, from what I understand, gives you the ability, instead of shooting your one band, like with no band, with the band, you could shoot 3 at the same time, like it sprays.
Or like you get double shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Now,
Like on Galaga. You can get double ships, you can get double.
Okay.
Cool.
then if you now that's like $30. But if you purchase an additional $30 like repulsor cannon or something like that, now you're shooting the Iron Man repulsor or Spider-Man Dino webs.
Yeah, the electro webs and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So now you're just frying everything and
just sitting there and beating everybody's scores.
Yeah, crushing the hopes and dreams of the kid sitting next to you.
Can you get the Hulk hands and just like crush,
smash,
smash? You know, you can get all kinds of different characters. They could sell the hands from all the different characters, and they would have different effects depending on what hands you had on.
You are very into hands today, Lee. Just
clumsy.
Problems at home? Just wondering.
I was on vacation for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So,
Okay.
So you're by yourself for 2 weeks.
It's all by myself.
So now you're coming to New Orleans next week, so you can visit some of those bathhouses.
I'm going to be deep fisting it all week long.
Okay.
All right.
That's it.
Maybe I send you out some of those gauntlets that they have.
No, there you go.
Not sitting next to him on the couch.
With some gems.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, JP, when you started getting to the motions, how reactive was that technology? Like the minute you extended, did you got immediate feedback as you actually did something, or did you feel like there was a delay, or how'd you feel about that?
I was very impressed about how quick it was, and even though my arms are flailing all over the place, it kind of knew where I was going.
Really?
Yeah, it did.
I find when I'm doing Toy Story Midway Mania that I'm shooting, but I can't tell if I'm even looking where I'm shooting. So you can physically see, and it feels like when you shoot a web, it goes exactly where you're pointing to.
Yes.
That's incredible.
For the most part, yeah, I think, because you're just, in Toy Story, you're shooting, and then you kind of can judge, like, okay, my ball, or I forgot what they use. They use certain things, right? Planes and stuff like that.
Pies and
darts.
Yeah,
and
so
darts.
if you're shooting, you kind of say, okay, that plate went over here, and so I just need to adjust it, and you're still shooting, but you're moving as you're shooting, so you can get where you need to be.
And is there like any penalty for shooting too much or accuracy or anything like that?
Nope.
So
And you have,
shoot.
yeah,
Okay.
and going back to how many are in a car, I think it's 4. Each person has a different color associated with their webs.
See, that makes sense. You can.
So green, blue, red. Okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
If it's been a while, you got a blue web.
Yeah, so there's a blue, a red, a purple, and an
You've been
orange.
eating a lot of strawberries. You got a red
An
web.
orange. Interesting. Okay.
That's what I was kind of curious about, because if you have that many people, so does that mean that there's different objects like all over the area, like one by the ceiling, one directly in front of you? Do you tell the person in the car, shoot up there while you shoot forward, that kind of stuff? Is there like a communication for coordinating?
No. It is okay. So
Spider-Man for himself.
So there is so much happening. There is no like, okay, you get that. I think that there's, during the attraction, there is some larger things that come out. I mean, it just starts to get worse. That's the whole thing. This is the attraction. Oh no, this is happening. Oh no, it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. And so as you go, but there are spider bots everywhere. They've replicated themselves into a hot mess.
Okay.
So you could just spray that traction and hit something.
You hit it. Yeah, you'll hit it.
Yeah, pretty much you can hit anything.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need to hit certain item, not just the spider bots.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you hit items, does it unlock other things? Kind of like Toy Story Mania, where, like, you'll hit something and then, you hit the magic spider bot, and that's worth a gazillion points.
Yeah, I think if you hit a canister, that might like explode or something, and it might hit a couple spider bots or something. Like I said, you're just going through and just hitting anything you can.
Right. So I'm curious, because I love ride tech and all that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, because if you know all the other rides are like this, the kind of video game rides, we're not wearing anything on our eyes. But if I remember correctly, JP, we're wearing glasses on these rides, right? You're wearing the Spider-Man glasses, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm wondering if that's what's dictating where your webs are going to go.
No.
It's not. Okay, so I could look left and then shoot right, and it'll still shoot right.
I believe so, yes. I don't think that there's anything connected to the glasses, the goggles. I think they're just goggles, similar to... Does Midway Mania have goggles?
Yes.
Oh, it does. It has 3D glasses. Yeah. Okay. So
yeah,
it's just like
so I think it's probably similar.
Dumb question, but you know how Disney always has different names for their things? Like when you go on Bug's Life or Touch the Bug, they're called Bug
Eyes.
And
Yeah.
So are these called glasses, goggles, spoggles, Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What do you know what they're called?
I don't remember. I think because you're at Web Industries, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's because there's different inventors that are highlighted in this attraction, and you'll see that during the pre-show and the queue. I think these are pretty much safety goggles that have to. So it's within that theme that they're just goggles that protect you and your eyes while going through the facility.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, so there's various different levels. One looked like it was a warehouse. One looked like it was the collector's lair from Guardians. What was your favorite? What would be the best level, do you think? I mean, because you got to see some familiar parts, some newer things like the inside of Pym Labs, Pym Kitchen, I guess it was, because you're seeing pretzels exploding and whatnot.
Are you talking about the ride still, or
I think the scenes.
Yes, the scenes and like what was the best level?
Yeah,
like we were like, this is because I was hoping for like a cameo or something on this ride. I didn't see one. I was hoping that it wasn't just that Peter accidentally started replicating spider bots, that like Ultron had hacked the spider bots, or Electro had fried them in some kind of a way. Because you see these videos online and they're blurry because, obviously you're meant to be seeing
the camera doesn't have the glasses,
So did you notice any cameos from any other Avengers, any other characters? And what do you think the best level was?
Well, there's different, because Peter's there, or Spider-Man is in the attraction. He's the only one, because I think they're trying to keep it under wraps, because they didn't want it to get out that the spider bots that Peter Parker had created it went awry. There was where you descend. You're descending down. The vehicle isn't moving, but because it's.
Oh, it drops. I think I remember seeing that. Yeah.
Oh,
there's a section.
I thought it actually physically drops. It doesn't drop. Just the screen moves.
Correct.
Oh man,
it's magic.
I was like, oh, dude, it's like multi-level.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the videos online. I'm a firm believer of like more about experiencing it first and then watching a video. So I haven't seen what's been out. But because you're just shooting at anything, I honestly don't remember much.
Well, like we're technically, our ban just got lifted not too long, so soon. We can come.
Yeah, we can come and hang out with you again. It'd be great.
Right. Yeah. But then now there's no discounts whatsoever. So now we also have to wait for that to come along. So it might be a little bit. So, yeah, we just could not wait. We had to see it. I mean, we're huge Marvel. Are you a Marvel fan?
Yeah. I like, my husband is he's more of the Marvel fan than I am. So he knows about the comics.
Oh, Eli.
So, like, you guys asked Eli.
I was just hanging out, yeah.
I asked Josh. So he's just, I'm all, what's happening? Who's that?
Who's his favorite character?
Who's your favorite Marvel character?
You don't know his favorite Marvel character?
I don't know.
You got a poster?
He doesn't know.
You know you're going to lose when we bring you on the Newlywed Game, right?
Yeah.
You don't know? He's, okay, well, he says he loves X-Men. I will tell you my favorite Marvel character is Storm.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Not Halle Berry Storm.
You mean just a comic
First
book
class Storm?
No, I believe Halle Berry was so Americanized. I did not care for her.
It worked well for me.
That was Halle Berry.
Yeah, she had a terrible line though. But what was that?
Oh, you know what happens to a toad when he gets struck by lightning?
Yeah,
yeah. They didn't think that.
Everything else. Yeah, you like, well, that'll be done. But you look good. You look good. Okay, but that's a cool character. I dig that.
No, Storm is my favorite.
No, Storm. That's a good choice. I was partial to Rogue and Gambit.
Yeah,
those are the power couple.
Oh, nice.
You know,
I was always a Black Panther kind of guy. I dug him.
Well, he's not an X-Men.
Oh, not well, just Marvel.
Oh, okay.
No, I was always a Magneto guy, and then Cyclops guy.
Yeah, Cyclops was cool. I like him too. All right, so give us your overall impression. So the queue in and of itself, like when you're getting on there, did you notice any throwbacks, like any callbacks to any things throughout the movies, or
anything cool?
Anything cool stood out from you? Was it just a standard queue, not really much to see?
The queue area seemed fairly small. There was some switchbacks. They highlight, like I said, you're going into the facility where they have a lot of inventors, so they would have child
labor.
Yeah, child labor.
Child labor. Oh.
So they would come around. They would, offer you drinks and snacks. No, they would highlight on the wall. There would be, this is the inventor. She's 13, and she created this certain technology. So it'll have like blueprints or something of the particular item that she created, and so they have certain like billboards that are along the queue, so you could read those. I didn't have the queue is moving fairly quickly, so I didn't spend much time reading about them.
Right now, there's no standing in line right now, right? I mean, as far as indoors,
the queue is outdoors. There is another queue indoors, but it's not as long. But I it's possible that it's not as long because we're in California. I don't believe they're able to have
COVID restrictions and stuff, right?
Yeah, too many indoor queues.
I'm curious to see how that sucker runs when it's full capacity, when it's back up to that. Yeah, that's interesting. Because that's not a lot of real estate out there, from what I remember.
No, not in that area, no.
And how long was the ride? Did it feel like it was quick, or was there like definitely some length of time, or was it girthy, for lack of a better term?
Did you shoot your web and then all of a sudden that's it? You're like
wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
I would say for the amount of physical strain that you exertion that you put through, it's good.
That's a good point, because I'm thinking to myself, man, that like right now it just opened up, so everyone's there and they're just waiting in line all day. But after a while of people being in the parks riding these things, these people are going to smell kind of gamey. And now you're flailing your
armpits. Yeah.
Are they going to have like the little like pine sol ornament?
Smellitzers? Are they going to pour smellitzers up in there?
They're going to have deodorant in the gift shop.
Deodorant in the gift shop.
Yes.
Oh, wow. They have a spotted by just
spray on before you get on.
Yes.
I did not see deodorant, but that's a good idea.
That's a great question. Was there a gift shop like at the end when you got off the ride?
I believe they're getting away from those, that feeds into a gift shop.
Oh, good.
But there's one. I mean, you exit and the gift shop's right in front of you.
Right across the street.
What's that? What's that? Stage 17 or whatever it's called?
It's like Web Slingers or something, like Web Storage or Web something.
That store. Okay.
Yeah.
There's another one? Okay.
Yeah.
But the big store, I think, is Stage 17.
Yeah.
Was that open when you decided to go?
No, not that I know of. Yeah. The last time I was in there was, I would say, Christmassy, before Christmas, early December, when they opened up one of Vista and Downtown Disney together.
Oh, okay.
So now, like, JP, take into account that this is fairly new, and so obviously what's new is more cool. If you had to be objective over this and say which one you liked better, Spider-Man or Toy Story?
Oh, they're the
And to give you some time to think, that is a fair comparison because they're similar ride systems. So
they're the same ride system. Spider-Man is more advanced, so technologically, I would say Spider-Man. But being the lazy person I am, I think it's easier to shoot at Toy Story. But I mean, this is a fun attraction. It's a different. It's not as kidsy or cutesy as Toy Story.
Okay.
So if that helps, I can't really compare the two. I know that there are some people are liking more of tangible ride where you're actually going through instead of the screens.
Yeah, something tactile and all
Yeah.
that.
I'm more of like
Practical
tactical, like where you're actually going through something rather than a screen-based attraction.
I agree.
I couldn't agree more. I think that's very, very well said. Having said that, so I mean that actually that leads me to another question. So I mean, like when they opened Galaxy's Edge, a huge criticism of that was that it didn't feel complete. It kind of felt like we need something special, and it really didn't arrive until Rise of the Resistance came along. And we know there's a Quinjet experience supposed to be coming in 2022 at some point. We're not exactly sure when. So this isn't going to be a thing where they open this and 6 months later you get the big ride. I mean, this is probably at least a year away from happening. Do you kind of get a similar sense here that this ride's missing this land, I should say, is missing a major component? Or does the Spider-Bot ride with the Guardians ride kind of balance that out with the Pimp Kitchen, and that's enough to go ahead and book a trip to Disneyland to go see Avengers Campus? I'm sorry, there was a question in there somewhere, I'm sure.
Does it satiate
I rambled.
You? Is that full enough to satiate?
Yeah, I rambled.
Right now, with social distancing, I would have to disagree.
Okay.
Disagree.
Interesting, yeah.
Now, I think this is a great land to... If you are a huge Marvel fan, bigger than I am, and I loved the MCU, so I would say this was an opportunity to go and check it out. But if you could wait for things to calm down, obviously it just opened, so... And it's difficult to even get on Rise.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I would hate for someone to pay and make a reservation and then not be able to experience this attraction and get their hopes up.
Yeah. That's a great point.
Do you think that'll affect it, though? So you think it'll be easier to get on Rise of the Resistance now because everyone's going to be trying to do, the Marvel area?
I like to see some of the social media, and I belong to some of the groups on Facebook and social media, and I have heard that some people are thinking they could get that's in question. Is Rise easier to get on? And the answer is no. Not right now.
Okay.
Not yet.
A lot of people had the exact same idea.
Yeah.
They all ran to it.
I have a question real quick. JP, so you've been to Universal Studios Florida, is that right?
Yes.
You stole my question.
Islands. You have, really? Is that where you're going?
That's exactly where I was
And you
going.
went to Islands of Adventure, right?
Yes.
And you went on that Spider-Man ride out in here in Florida, right?
Yes.
So let's compare.
Their premiere attraction that was the first of its kind at the time, yes.
I think I may know where your answer is going, but let's compare the two Spider-Man attractions, the East Coast, West Coast. What do you think?
What's your question?
My question is, let's compare okay, there you go. That's the answer right there.
What was your question? What's your question?
Oh, no,
which one is better?
Yes, which one is better? Yeah, which one? Which do you think is a better handle of the property? I should say. Let's put it that way.
The IP.
Islands.
Yes, Islands. Okay, yeah.
So if I'm a Spider-Man fan and I want to experience the ultimate Spider-Man ride, and I contacted you and said, should I go to Islands of Adventure or should I go to California Adventure? You would say go to Islands of Adventure.
I would have to say Islands.
Have to. Yes, I love it. Yeah.
I would have to say, as much as this ride is technologically advanced and it incorporates all the I can actually participate in it. If you're a Spider-Man fan with the villains, because Islands has, Dr. Octopus and
Electro.
Yeah. It has all that stuff. So it centers around the characters. This attraction is more of your participation, and it's about Spider-Bots. And Spider-Man does show up, but he's the only one.
Yeah. It's say what you will about Rise of the Resistance. I mean, not Rise of the Resistance, Galaxy's Edge when it first opened up. But at least you had a whole bunch of Star Wars fans who've always wanted to know what it was like to fly the Millennium Falcon, to tour the Millennium Falcon. I don't think you've ever had a single Spider-Man fan out there who's like, I'd like to catch Spider-Bots.
No.
Right.
No. I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
Yes, no. But, okay, so let's segue off of Spider-Man for a little bit. Let's talk about the area itself.
All right, so let's talk about the land a little bit in Avengers Campus, because I remember watching the opening ceremony video, and I remember Kevin Feige talking about how they wanted to make sure that they portray the areas that people have seen in the movies in that land, right? So they wanted to make it super relatable. And in my head, I'm thinking they didn't do that with Star Wars. They created a completely different land that's completely different, that hasn't been seen in any of the movies. So I'm wondering if this was done purposefully to make sure that immediately the guests would be able to relate to the land more so than Galaxy's Edge. Galaxy's Edge has hints I guess, our feel of Star Wars. But Kevin Feige, as he mentioned it on the opening ceremonies video, that if you saw this there, if you saw the Quinjet, they wanted you to see the Quinjet, and so on and so forth, kind of a thing. What are y'all's thoughts on that as far as how they think? And the reason why I bring this up is because if we remember when we talked about the food, I felt like they did the same thing with the food. They didn't get too vague with it. They got a little creative with it, but they didn't make it so to where people couldn't tell by the name what it was. Like as opposed to Galaxy's Edge, where at first they had names was like, what is that? And then they had to backtrack a little bit and then change the names of the foods. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So that's something that stuck out in my head with the opening ceremony is like Kevin Feige saying, we wanted to create something that immediately the guests could attach to with this land. What do you guys think of that? Or JP, maybe we could start with that as far as your feeling.
Yeah,
when you first walked through that area.
There. He was up in there.
Like, did you feel a connection immediately upon walking in?
No.
No. Okay, interesting.
I did when you see the Quinjet, that's definitely identifiable, but I think everything else is pretty much new. The Quinjet and the building, you got a sense. Well, the building that the Quinjet is on, what was that called? I guess the Avengers.
The headquarters or HQ or something like that?
Yeah, like HQ type thing. Like when I saw that, it reminded me of the building, but it wasn't the exact duplicate. But the Quinjet was probably the most identifiable, and it's like, oh yeah, that's the Quinjet. That's cool.
Can I ask you this, JP? Is like, does it look? Because it looks to me like there's a lot of forced perspective there at work. Does it look convincingly like a good sized jet, or does it look like they're really playing with my eyes?
It's like a little toy sitting on the roof.
Well, because like when you go to New Fantasyland in the Magic Kingdom, like they have that castle up there. It's supposed to be the Beauty and Beast, but it looks like really, really, really like they forced perspective the hell out of it, and it looks like a toy. And I'm not saying this looks like a toy, but it does look like it's not quite as massive as I would have maybe imagined.
I agree. When I first saw the Quinjet, I'm thinking to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and that's a fairly large Quinjet, right?
Yes.
Oh, God, yes.
So I was thinking, well, that can. I would say this is more of like a shuttle that maybe will hold one or two people.
Okay.
It's a Quin Tram.
Yeah.
Sounds like a Vietnamese name.
That's Quin Tram?
Yeah, I got my buddy Quin Tram.
Yeah.
Okay.
Worked at Cafe de Bon together.
That was Tram, wasn't it?
Quin Tram.
I will say, if we're talking about the general area, I believe during the day it does not do the land justice.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Does it do something at night?
I haven't seen it at night. I have heard that the lighting really does bring that area to life.
That makes sense. I mean, Avatar's like that. Avatar's definitely like that.
Yeah.
But that's like part of the movie. I think like when you asked him before, Kevin, and like I said, that's why I said let JP since he's been there, but just from what I've seen, like this is different. There's only because it's all about the characters, and the characters do stuff that they don't really need ships. They don't need to a hand of them could fly and everything like that. They're usually in New York. They don't really have like a place they really hang out at. So I guess, in that sense, maybe you could say the Inner Sanctum for Doctor Strange is the only set piece.
No, the Inner Sanctum is an outdoor experience.
Yeah.
It's not...
The New York Sanctum is through a doorway.
Right.
The video in the back.
It's not like you're seeing the building that he would normally go into. You're seeing an outdoor... Like, that would be one thing. Like, that's why I'm completely agree with what JP said. You have not even been there. The only building that would be recognizable is the Avengers headquarters with the Quinjet on top of it, but the Spider-Bot building, Web Slinger building, that thing, I mean, it's half warehouse, half futuristic building that you've never seen before. Same thing with the Inner Sanctum area.
Well, I mean, like the big gift shop, Stage 17, just looks like a freaking soundstage. Like something out of like Hollywood Studios in Florida.
Like a hangar or something.
And it just seems like that's kind of what they went for in the design. It's like, well, we want to use some elements of the familiar, but we're saying that they converted this. Kind of like what you see when, like if they like there's an apartment complex that took over an old beer brewery. There's more than one, actually.
Oh, American Can.
Yeah, American Can, Falstaff, and whatever. And you get elements of the brewery with the modern of the apartment complex. And they kind of meld it, and it's kind of cool. And I think it's kind of similar to what they did there, except way more futuristic with what you saw. So I could, if I walked into there and I saw the Web Slinger building, there's nothing in there that makes me think, oh, that's something I've seen in the movie. That correlates me to Spider-Man in some kind of way, as opposed to like if you would have seen the Doctor Strange building, that would have correlated, or the Stark headquarters.
Or just like Asgard. You know, even if you'd have something like that.
Like New Asgard,
Yeah, because like you said with Galaxy's Edge, you could easily say, this is this planet, but we could put like some music, you know, nice stuff. Because, you know, whenever you do a set piece in Star Wars, the music changes. So you have different tricks you could do there for Galaxy's Edge, but there's not so much. You know, any theme music you get is pretty much related to the characters that movie's about. I mean, like maybe you can have like a Stark Tower, but you rarely see Stark like doing this thing until he's like, you know, his armor was beaten up. He had to put stuff together. So this does lend for difficulty for having a set piece area. So I agree with what JP's saying.
So can I ask a question as a non quote unquote Marvel person? Is this area, this land, supposed to be one big immersive experience? Because it sounds like it's more like a bunch of mini experiences, like small Marvel chunks, but it doesn't seem to have like an overall arching backstory. I'm not sure what the words I'm trying to use, but like when you go into Galaxy's Edge, you feel like you're you feel like you're in one area, whereas this sounds like a bunch of mini areas because Guardians of the Galaxy is like in a whole different world than Pym's Kitchen or whatever. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
it makes sense, and I can let JP, if you want to answer that, that's fine. I think I have an answer for that as well.
I think it was supposed to be that this is a campus, and they've created these buildings and then this test kitchen on this campus where the Avengers are supposed to be.
Okay, so there is an overall environment, an all-inclusive environment in that, even though the different parts of it may be from different time zones or different backstories.
Yeah.
Multiverses.
It's all related, Lee. You have the Avengers headquarters there, but everything in and around it, think of it like a college campus. There's the building where you go learn to be a better superhero. This is the building where you learn to make a better meal. And when you graduate into superhero status, you come with us in the Avengers headquarters. So I think that's the overwhelming thing behind it.
It's like being an X-Man, really.
Yeah.
Cool. And then if I was, again, if I didn't know all the backstory, though, I can still kind of understand that.
Well, I think it's inherent in the name Avengers Campus, right? Like it's...
And campus stands for something, no?
Oh, does it?
I want to say it does.
I don't know. Kev, you got that? It looks like you're looking it up.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
I think
I
haven't heard that.
I think it does, because I think we did it when it first opened up.
But that's more than possible. I mean, they do like their acronyms at Disney. Well, while Kevin researches, okay, let me ask JP a question real quick. So now I've been through that area when it's tough to be a bug area, or not. Well, Bug Land, is that what they called it?
Bug's Life Land.
Bug's Life. It's tough to be a bug was the attraction. Yes. So it was a very small area, but they did a good job kind of meandering you around the area, so it kind of felt bigger than what it actually was. How effectively do you think they use the space over there for Avengers Campus? Does it still feel kind of cramped in, or do you feel like you're kind of when you're in there, you're kind of immersed in that world?
I felt if we're talking about A Bug's Land, I felt they did a really good job of creating large barriers to make you feel tiny and small, like as an insect size. This is much different. It's a little bit more open, so there's not as much high vegetation, or from what I saw, there's still some open space where you can see over. But in certain areas, yes, there's not really much you can see past. The Guardians of the Galaxy ride is right there. That's the largest thing. I mean, you can see that thing anywhere inside the park, I think.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that's probably the largest thing. I guess from what I remember, I guess you wouldn't be able to see anything. I don't remember seeing Cars Land from being inside. So I guess maybe those sight lines are pretty good.
Do you feel it was cramped?
The land is not as expansive as, because of the footprint that is allowed in that area. It's not as large as you might think.
Because that's one thing you saw a lot of where people were complaining, like it filled up like that. I mean, a lot of people were posting stuff on Twitter and whatnot saying about how social distancing has just gone out of the window and people were just packed in.
There's vaccines now.
Yeah, I felt it was small. There's a lot. It seems like there's open spaces, but those spaces are, I'm assuming, for interaction with entertainment.
Good. I like the idea of that, because I mean I think that's going to be the driving force of that land. You did reference Guardians of the Galaxy before, and you've been a long time Disneyland park goer. I was lucky enough to experience both Disneyland's Tower of Terror and Mission Breakout. What was your opinion? What's the better attraction
Between Tower and Guardians?
Mm-hmm. And DCL?
I would say Guardians is a better attraction because Florida's Tower is way better. It was much better than California's version.
I remember riding California's version and not being like, this is like the Cliff Notes version of Tower of Terror, and then riding their Mission Breakout and being like, this is awesome. This is something that I can't understand the people who are long for the day of California Adventure's Tower of Terror. I don't get it. I mean, you have such a great attraction there as is.
Kevin, I didn't find anything on campus, so I just assume it's just like, since they're based out of New York usually, and like I think some of the MCU movies later, they had a separate thing up north. This is just another campus, like a university campus, a location kind of a thing. I didn't see any acronym. I dug around. Yeah, nobody seemed to have anything, but I don't know.
I'm a firm believer of having one attraction unique to a park. So I don't like a carbon copy of attraction in each park.
I agree.
So
I agree.
I'm glad that they changed California's Tower to Guardians, because that's a different attraction than Tower of Terror in Florida. And even though there's almost a tower, in every country.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah, yes. Pretty much.
Do we need that?
No. Florida's fine.
I remember being a kid and being so ticked off because we were too poor to do anything except so if we were going to go to Disney, we would have to drive there. And obviously, Florida being the closest, we never went to California. And so I would hate it that they would have so many cool things over in California that I couldn't experience. And then I got old enough and could pay for myself to do things. And now that I like the idea of, well, if you want to experience that, you got to go to California. If you want to experience that, you got to go to Florida. I like that dichotomy now.
I was going to say really quick, when you were talking about Mission Breakout versus Tower of Terror, just in general, I like Mission Breakout because that was more of a cooler story. I like Rocket more than Rod Serling. Not against Rod Serling, but, hit the button, here we go.
See that. And, it works for their tower. Our tower is definitely different.
Yeah,
the Florida tower is different. So, I mean, for that tower, sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm totally.
That's a preference. That's all. Yeah. That's a preference.
All right, JP. What else do we need to know about? What else do we need to know that the listeners need to know about this? Did you do any of the food? Did you get any of the food? Experience that?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Okay, so tell me about what did you have?
So I had that huge pretzel?
Okay.
Oh yeah, the big ass
quantum pretzel.
The quantum pretzel.
Big
Yes.
ass pretzel. Quantum. Is that what they're calling it?
Yeah, quantum pretzel. But I like big ass pretzel.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
It is.
The BAP. BAP.
Yeah, I love that.
All about that BAP.
Yeah, BAP.
Was it good? It was a good soft pretzel. It was really
Yeah. I had low expectations. I'm not a big pretzel fan going into the parks normally. This pretzel was very good. I was really impressed. It could easily be shared between 3 people.
Oh wow!
So one of me.
one of the.
Gotta have a pretzel threesome.
Yes.
Yeah. And I recommend if for those of you who are planning on going, getting an extra beer cheese side.
Yes.
Oh, I was going to ask because it comes with you can get mustard or the beer cheese.
You do get a mustard and a beer cheese, but I would splurge on the added beer cheese. I think it's like 89 cents.
Oh, that's no problem. Yeah, sure. That's the cheapest thing in Disneyland.
Get an extra beer cheese.
And so the beer cheese sounds like it was good, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
I just want the beer cheese and a spoon.
Yeah, I know, right?
That's all I need. Beer cheese and spoon.
Yeah, give me 89 cents.
Yeah, just put
it in mouth like an airplane, mommy.
Wow.
Yeah. So the mustard, JP, how was the mustard? Was it actually decent, or did it have some flavor? Or was it just like run-of-the-mill mustard?
I don't like spicy or brown or whole grain mustard myself, so this was good. It's just a normal yellow mustard.
Okay, that's good to know. No, that's perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I want to try. I know one of the things my kids were watching the food video that I shared with you guys. One of the things that my middle kid, Lily, she said she wanted to get the big old pretzel.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, she wanted the big pretzel. She wanted the chocolate candy bar. Did you happen to have the chocolate candy bar, JP?
I so wanted that, but it was really difficult to spend $9.
Oh my God! What?
What you going to extra 89 cents for big cheese?
I think it's like $8 or $9.
That still hurts.
Yeah, I think it's big. I just don't know how big it was. And okay, so I also they have a cart and they had it's right
shawarma?
in front of Guardians. No, I wanted to get the shawarma.
Oh, no, you're talking about the Tetrin.
The Tavon treats.
There you go.
Terran treats or something?
Terran treats, yeah. How was that?
So I got that green spiral churro.
Yeah, it looked like poop.
So it's pineapple flavored, and it's... Okay, you guys are talking about it looking like poop. It does not look like a poop. It looks like a little Frisbee, because it's round. But I was...
Well, my poop is round, so...
Is that how you lay it down, Lee? Is that what you do?
Yeah. When you see it in there in the bottom, it's just like a little swirl like that.
Yeah.
It comes out perfectly. I don't know how my ass makes it like that.
Well, if it's green after that, you got problems.
I don't know why you think anybody is interested in this.
Nobody. Try to get off that real quick.
So the pineapple churro disc... Terran, I forgot what it's called. It was good. I really liked it. I did get it, and I was like, oh, it's not as large as I thought it was. It's probably about the size of a coaster, like a drink coaster. And I was picturing a little bit larger, like maybe I would probably say maybe the size of your palm. And I was thinking much larger.
I was thinking larger.
Isn't that the whole stick? Like everything is maximized or you're miniaturized or whatever?
Well, that's for Pims, but this is at
okay.
This is a Terran treat. So it is smaller and it's $5.75. How much are the churros? Are they the same price?
I want to. If it's Disney prices, I would say yes, it's the same price.
Okay, then I guess it would be the right size if you were just to purchase a churro, and then it would be in a spiral form.
In green, yes.
In green.
Did you get the orb that they serve at Tavon Treats? Did you try that too?
I did not. Although I did want to try it, but was not with me that day. And I think it's a raspberry cream cheese.
Yeah, it's got a purple center, which makes me think it's Filipino influence, which has like a ube kind of a thing, which is like a purple starch, which is a popular dessert thing in the Philippines and stuff.
Which I love.
Yeah, which I'm curious if that's what they pull, because that'd be freaking awesome. Philippines represent. Oh, yeah.
But it's raspberry, right?
Yeah, it has a raspberry thing on top of the ube, which I think would work. So I'm curious. When we go out there, JP, we're going to have to try that out. Yeah, we have to try that. What else did you have to sample out there? Because I want to eat everything.
So we also tried the PB&J.
Oh, yes.
Other one.
The one with the banana and the bacon? Did you do that one?
Yeah, so I had a taste of that. So we got 2 pretzels, which was probably the mistake that we made, because we weren't really planning on sharing, and one person got the PB&J. That was good. The bread is multicolored. I don't think it was flavored, but the PB&J was good. I don't remember because we cut it up.
Wait, you said the bread was multicolored, so it was just colored. It wasn't like a rye and pumpernickel mix kind of a thing. It was.
No, I think it's like red. It's very bright. It's like, I think, different, like a red dough and probably just food coloring.
That's fascinating. Okay. That's fascinating. All right.
Now, can you get the PB&J shake without the J?
Is there a PB&J shake?
He doesn't want the jellies. He's trying to poke he's trying to poke at you.
Okay.
No,
I think it was good with the banana. I didn't taste the bacon. That might be just the piece that I had didn't have bacon in it, but I'm not quite sure.
It's supposed to be candied bacon, I think, right?
It's supposed to be candied bacon, yeah.
Candied bacon, yeah.
So it's like caramel, kind of.
Yeah, but I have seen some social media about guests who have gone in and tried the breakfast, and the bacon, they said, is the same bacon. There's nothing special about the bacon. So I don't know if the candied bacon is different from the breakfast bacon that they're having at Pim's.
Usually it should be, because after you smoke it, then you candied it with a little bit of sugar. That's the definition of candied. So I'd be surprised if it's the same damn bacon that he used for breakfast. That'd be a shame. It should be different.
When we go, we're going to get the $100 sandwich.
I did not get the $100 sandwich. And
we need to do that when we go, panini. For sure. We could split that.
I wanted to try the shawarma.
I want to try the shawarma. I'm curious. I want to do both shawarmas. The Impossible shawarma, the Impossible falafel, and the chicken one.
The Impossible was not meat?
Yeah, it's not me. It's like the Impossible Meatball
Plant-based.
thing. Yeah,
I'm going for
plant-based,
the
yeah.
chicken sandwich as big as your head. And puts in a little
nipple
bun.
of a bun.
Yeah.
Did you see that, JP?
I didn't see someone have it. Maybe because, I don't know, we were just trying to find a seat.
Well, it reminds me of a big old, like a chicken fried steak, chicken piece with a Castle Burger sized bun.
On it. Yeah.
Not like a regular sized bun. Because I remember, I guess somebody on the preview video said that they shrank the bun and they enlarged the chicken. So that's my first idea. It's like, okay, this is basically what they did.
I watched a video where there was a chick trying to eat it. And the first thing she did was she tried to get a fork and knife to just cut into the chicken. And
Use your mouth, baby.
Yeah, and the guy who worked at the pimp's kitchen, he was back there like, hey, well, maybe one day you'll get the hang of it and try to eat it like a sandwich. And then she kind of got it and was like, oh yeah.
So can you get your hands around it though? I mean, if the chicken is coming out at the sides,
You gotta master that though, JP. You gotta get it.
Well, you
put it
gotta hold the
sideways.
bun and then you hold the chicken on one hand.
You just put it like
And
that.
so what I would do is I would do that and then eat all the chicken around the bun and then I'll have like a Chick-fil-A size chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
And then I just eat the rest.
Eli's fingers are double jointed, so he could probably get his fingers around that bun.
Some kung fu around that bun. I am not afraid of that chicken sandwich.
Be impressed.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now, did you try any drinks while you were there? Because I saw where they had certain drinks where they fill it from the bottom up.
Oh, that was cool. Wasn't
That
it?
was
Yeah.
so neat looking. Did you try any of the
How
beverages?
does that work?
So we had gone in through Pim's, the test kitchen, and then really quick we walked in and they have, if you've seen the videos, they have kind of like, you could see how they're shrinking and growing the pretzels if you've seen the video, because in the waiting area. So that's kind of neat.
That is very neat.
I was standing there for a few minutes. And then as you exit after you get your food, the test lab, which is the bar where they have more drinks, is kind of like a circle bar. And we did get some drinks there.
I'm just worried about that's why I was curious if it was about the size of Olga's canteen, the way he went, because now I don't, now that we've been there, I don't think of bars as bars over there anymore. I just think of it as a very confined area.
So he did say he was having trouble finding a seat.
Okay, yeah? Is that because the bartender, whatever, was having reserved for somebody who was behind you in line or something, dude?
No, I don't think there was any seating at the bar because of the social distancing. So if you were, okay, have you guys been to those Mongolian barbecue places that are in the mall?
Yeah.
And it's kind of has that circle, and it's got that circle grill.
Yeah.
Then you go around, and then they cook your food with noodles and stuff like that.
100%.
So it's probably that size. That's how big it is. I would say
Yeah, man, I like
it's
Mongolian.
really tiny. And then so that I don't know if they were when I went, I didn't see them filling the cups from the bottom up. So it might be because of social distancing and certain guidelines that we have in California that they're not quite doing it right now. I don't know. It might be just maybe for time. Maybe they were just trying to get the drinks out as quickly as possible. But one of us had the marshmallow milk stout.
That sounds delicious.
I want to try that.
Yeah, it absolutely sounds delicious. Like, that sounds like their version of butterbeer almost, but actually alcoholic.
Yeah. And then I had the experiment.
Oh, how was that?
That was pretty good. It was they served them in like plastic beakers. So that one's a little fun. And then it has tequila, and then it's got a habanero syrup with mango flavor, I think.
I love mango. I'm sold.
And mango popping boba.
I love mango popping in my mouth.
All the boba.
It was a pretty good drink. It hit you in the back of your jaw. You know how if you have something tart, so tart that it hits you in the back.
It's kind of like Fireball. Fireball does that to me.
Ooh. Yeah. So it was similar to that, and I think it was from the habanero syrup, the heat from there. But I honestly didn't feel like it was hot. It was a refreshing drink, but it kind of gave you that tartness.
No, that sounds good. And I think the Robergers would enjoy that one too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. No, man, is there anything else that you sampled that we haven't talked about, addressed, or anything yet?
No, as far as food, that was it.
But see, that's enough. I mean, just to hang out with JP, his husband and everything else, I'm ready to get out to Disneyland. Even if it's just for the weekend, I don't care. Let's go.
I'm waiting to find out what the announcement is for Halloween, but yes.
So, JP, if you find out anything about the Halloween, let us know. I mean, if we can consider you our California correspondent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have Downs on the Grounds out in Walt Disney World. So, if JP, you can be our guy out in the West Coast.
Yeah,
because we love the West Coast. We talk about that on the show all the time.
West Coast, yes.
I mean, I got family out there. I know Kirk loves my family. It's great.
Joe does.
Even JP and Cali.
JP and Cali. That's right.
Yeah.
We got Downs on the Grounds. We got JP and Cali. Yeah, that's awesome. JP, thank you so much for joining on this, man. I'm excited to go back out there, hang out with you guys, and visit Disneyland Resort and just experience everything you just experienced. And even the shows, because I know you didn't experience the shows yet. So we're looking forward to it for sure, man.
New experience.
Thank you for coming on the show, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you again.
Thanks, JP.
Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that episode of the Magic Our Way podcast. MagicOurWay.com is the way to go. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, you can get in touch with us through the following ways to share your thoughts about the upcoming Avengers Campus visit. Shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com, or you can call us and then send us a text message like JP at 1-815-MOWicans to text us 1-815-MOWicans. That is
MOWicans.
Oh, I set that up weird, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
That felt weird. I
It sounded weirder.
It did. It felt weird.
It felt weird to me too. I was
good.
like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, a little strange never hurt.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, so that was a little strange for your listeners there.
I just don't want you to get fired tonight.
No, I don't want to get fired either. Yeah,
He's just going to be like, badoo boop. And he good.
I'll be badoo boop.
When you play.
Badoo.
Oh, yeah, when I do the drum solo.
Yes, I won't do a drum solo. I'll be good tonight.
You could be all right.
All right, we have a couple of guys do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli does things with comics.
Hey, Rob Liefeld here. Deadpool, Cable, X-Force, Domino, Marvel Comics, Image Comics, all of it. You guys, what is up? Eli Ivory. What a great name. Eli Ivory, comic guru. I'm here to talk about you. I am here to say, check out ivorycomics.com. That's right, you. Check out ivorycomics.com. ivorycomics.com. If you're not doing that, you're missing out. You're missing out. The Savages comic cannot be beat, cannot be surpassed. You need to check it out, experience it for yourself, and you know the story. It's all about the glory. Congrats to you and all the magic that you're making with your Ivory Comics. Eli Ivory, comic book guru. Check out ivorycomics.com, comic book guru. Eli Ivory, the whole package. Deadpool said to. Do it. ivorycomics.com right now. Liefeld out.
That intro just never gets old to me. Just love hearing that every single time.
And I just got my first issue of the Savages comic today.
Me too.
Yes, you did.
It was awesome.
Is it something? It can't be beat. It can't be surpassed.
It's not me.
No. And there'll be more coming.
And you know the story.
It's all about the glory. That's it. Yes, it took some time, but the printer, he's up and about, so I was able to hook y'all up with some advanced issues of the Savage book. So that is full color. That is easily a 32-page book. You get all the goodness, all the action. It's characters basically walling, so all that good stuff. So just check it out when you have a chance. Of course, when you go to Ivory Comics, you're always going to get a link to this podcast, so you never miss a laugh, an episode, a joke, a guest star, a trip report. You're just not going to miss anything. So, put that synergy together, make it happen. On Facebook, I'm there, Eli H. Ivory. So as long as you're a real person, how you doing? I lay out the welcome mat for you. But if you're a bot, I don't want no piece of you. Get out the door. You ain't worth nothing but a piece of crumb. All right. Then Project Geisha has a Facebook page, so check that out. Facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, I'm there, posting up likes and hearts and shares and,
pieces of crumb.
And reach arounds.
And
crumbs.
Real people of the
butt
crumb.
plugs.
Well, you got to do the tops for the bots and making all that
bot
good stuff.
plugs.
Yeah, liking Lee's cooking. all that stuff there. Yeah, 504. That's why I'm right there.
That's right.
And of course on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, you just bringing me to Gladys, and I'm going to the butt plug store soon
to get a spider bot plug.
There you go.
All 6 of them.
Yeah, look, guys, speaking of spider bots, if you want to book a vacation out to Disneyland, you can visit with JP and get yourself a spider bot. You can do so through Lee. Lee, tell them how to do this.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832-SPIDER-THOUGHTS, 832-SPDRTHOT.
Is that THOTS?
THOTS.
Oh, okay. That's that kid slang, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yo, that's what's up. That's what happens when you get on TikTok. You learn this stuff.
Spider thoughts?
THOTS.
Yes.
What does that mean? Wait. What does that mean?
That hoe over there.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't need TikTok. I just need to be around my people.
I like THICC better.
Thick?
Thick.
It's better than a thought, but you can get a thick thought, so that's possible.
Oh, it's like TikTok, but different.
Thick thought?
Oh.
I think it'd be
a whole different ballgame.
Can we have that app, Thick Thought?
That's a good idea.
Check to see if that domain is taken.
All right, we'll buy it if it's not.
Let's find the models for that. That's the real fun
TikTok
part.
will redirect to magicower.com. Somebody look for that. Like, what is this?
I was expecting something different.
Anyway, okay, so Lee, if they want to book a vacation to see Avengers Campus right now, how do you do it?
Yeah, you could also email me at lee@magicourway.com, just like Charlotte did. You can find me on Facebook at facebook.com/LostAvicaTravel. On Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do need that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no
Hasselvika.
And look, JP, man, thank you so much for joining us on this show, man. We definitely appreciate it.
Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you soon and your husband. You know, it's going to be great to catch up again now that you guys have opened up to outside Californians.
I got a Marvel Challenger now.
Yeah,
so.
thank y'all for letting us disease morons into California because, I mean, seriously, like, there's no place I'd rather be right now, especially over in the fall time. Like, there's no place I'd rather be than California in Disneyland. So thank y'all for finally allowing us plebeians to come to y'all's prestigious, awesome, wonderful park.
And adding more revenue to your lovely state.
That's COME.
Yes. All that. Because, yeah, man, y'all have got something special going on over there. It's every Disney fan's duty to visit the Mecca of Disney Imagineering.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Absolutely.
Amen. I like that.
And Thick Thought is available.
Good to know. Right?
Really?
Yes, I'm multitasking.
Yeah, I like that.
Thank you. Sorry.
JP, thank you so much. Is there anywhere on social media you want the people to follow you, or you just want to chat with you in the group, Magic Our Way Pleasure Island, or what do you want?
I'm on the group site, so...
Yeah, join us in the Facebook group, Magic Our Way Pleasure Island 33. You can find us. We'll let you in there. You can hang out with JP and the gang.
And if you have any questions for JP, message us.
All right, guys. In addition, there are so many ways to support the show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to take a second and thank you for being a loyal listener to our show, and we always love hearing from our listeners, just like JP. All opinions are always welcome in the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, MOWicans, ladies and gentlemen, we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out!
I have every intention of eating those bananas for breakfast, but I still somehow end up with tacos.
Karen Treat Darby.
Stupid. Terrence Street Darby.
That is the
worst. What?
What did that dude sing?
Wishing well.
Darby.
Wishing well.
What did he say?
He said Terrence Treat Darby. You know, like Terrence Trent
Darby. He did treat.
Yeah.
Terrence Treats.
I ain't laughing at that. Don't laugh at that. Don't encourage
I could have said
man.
piece of crumb, but
don't.
Piece of crumb may have worked better.
Piece of crumb.
Treat Darby.
Terrence Treat. Now you gotta be laughing at.
Wishing well.
Wishing well, kiss and tell.
Wishing well,
crack.
Most obscure reference ever.
And yet we caught it. That's even more obscure.
In addition to my 12 pairs of shoes, I also pack Mad Hatter Radio
Yes.
in my suitcase.
Those are your emergency